Welcome back to 5-Minute Knives, the channel that wouldn't kick a good fixed blade out of bed for eating crackers. Today, we're going to take a look at a knife sent in to me by one of our viewers in New Zealand, my buddy Caleb, who actually sent me this knife because he wanted a sheath made for it, but rather than be parted with his new beloved fixed blade, he actually purchased me a copy of this that I get to keep. How cool is that? We got to get into it. I have a lot of thoughts on this knife already. However, let's sell you guys a custom Kydex sheath foist. And we're back! Okay, hopefully you guys bought a custom Kydex sheath just like my buddy Caleb. I'm going to make him two, actually. I'm going to make him one for the Cold Steel Recon Tonto and one for this guy. This is the Lionsteel T5B fixed blade with black micarta handles. And this some grum. First of all, here's the box that it came in. I know you guys care about that. It's a cardboard box, and it's got a little piece of paper in it. Okay, that's it. Real simple, and I've been really liking how companies do this. I don't care about boxes. We don't need a fancy box. I'd rather pass those savings on to us. But here's the knife itself. Caleb did not want the leather sheath that it comes with, although look how nice this leather is. Like, guys, if you bought this knife and just stuck to the leather sheath alone, I think you'd be in good shape. However, I will say that this is real stiff, this belt loop. I can't even get in there. It might be here. Maybe this is how you wear it. I don't know. It's a little kooky. I've just been carrying it around. I've never put this on my belt. So, a little weird, but I really like the contrast stitching. The strap on this is actually smartly placed. Normally, I really hate when companies put the strap along the edge of the blade, and I'm sure over time it would be bad, but with this particular knife, as you can see, the blade kind of passes right by. Now I'm sure in haste you're going to cut that over time and it's going to be a problem. Plus every time I resheath, I just kind of wince because I feel like it's dulling the knife. That's the problem with leather. Plus it stores moisture. I know a lot of you guys swear by leather, but I have a whole Kydex business on the side based on the science that moisture hangs out in leather, screws up your blades over time. Leather can dull your blade and lose its shape. You can cut this strap and it loses some of its functionality. I mean, there's reasons to go Kydex, don't get me wrong, but I do appreciate how nice this leather sheath is. It is nice. If that's what you stuck with, I think you'd be in good shape. Now here is the T5B itself. Look at this some grum. And look, it takes like some coloration. Look at this. This is a really beautiful knife. And one of the first things I thought about when I got this in hand for the first time was that it was much lighter than I expected. So where you can find this knife, it runs for about 180 bucks, plus or minus. The overall length is 9.875 inches. The blade length is exactly 5 inches. The thickness is 0.20. And the blade material is Nylox. Do you guys know anything about Nylox steel? Caleb, could you educate us in the comments? Because this edge feels like a laser beam. I mean, there is something going on there. That is a hell of an edge out of the box. I have not even touched this up. It is a crazy edge. I really have a thing for Lionsteel. I had a couple of their folders back in the day and I got rid of them and I regret it. They're just chunky and I didn't have much of a use for them, but I don't know. This is made in Italy, just like my ancestors. And again, Nylox steel, don't know about it. I really like these micarta handles. I mean, look at the texturing on this handle. Open back design for the tang. And all the exposed parts of this knife are all like smoothed out and crowned. It's something I've always liked about Lionsteel knives. Their folders do the same thing. Here's some jimping here. Very light jimping, almost not that effective to be honest. But I like that it's there. It's enough to do something. And then there's kind of like a cutout in the blade here that my thumb can rest in. Which again, not exactly needed, but it's a nice style cue. I don't mind it. The shape of this knife and just kind of like the handling of it really sort of reminds me of the K-Bar Turok. Do you guys remember that? It was like one of the first knives I ever reviewed for this channel. Probably an old crappy video I have up still. But this kind of feels like a really souped up, you know, slightly smaller Turok. with a much more ergonomic handle. This feels amazing in hand. I really love how the tang is not exposed in the front. And this just gives you a nice feel in the hand. This feels amazing. Very beautiful knife. Here's your lanyard hole here. Little attitude adjustment there. And a nice spot for you to rest your thumb on when you're powering through a cut here. This would be a nice spot. A little ledge for your thumb. My medium-large hands. This fits perfect. A 5-inch blade is just really great for just so many things. You know, there's so many 6-inch blades out there. You kind of forget when you get to a 5-inch blade, sometimes like in the case of like the SC5, for example, they go chunkier. And it's just really nice when it's like thinner stock. So this is in a black stonewash finish, which I love the looks of. I mean, it's not just because, you know, I'm all excited that I have viewers in New Zealand. That's really cool to me, by the way. I want to go to New Zealand. I want to check it out. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I want to go to New Zealand. I hear it rains a lot. Don't know anything else about it, but I'll go. I'll go and hang out with Caleb, man. I'll buy him a beer. So I have to make sheaths for this, so I'm going to make another video when that happens. I'm actually going to make a sheath for myself, one for Caleb, and then one for the Recon Tonto he owns. I mean, this is specifically geared towards camping and hiking and hunting. I could see this more in a hunting application, big time. Skinning, yeah, a little bit on the big side for skinning, but with this steel, man, it's so sharp. Guys, let me know about Nylock steel. I don't know anything about it, truth be told. Kind of need help from the comment section on this one. So if anybody gets any info on Nylocks, I highly doubt I'm going to take the time to look it up today. But this is cool. This is really, really cool. Caleb, thank you so much. 9.39 ounces, and it just feels light for some reason. I mean, that's not that light, but it just feels light. You look at this and see pictures of it, and knowing Lionsteel, you figure it's overbuilt, right? So you figure it's going to be heavy. It's not. And this handle is gorgeous. Look at this pattern. Just beautiful. What a beautiful handle. I don't know, man. And I'm kind of speechless that he bought me this gift. Like, he only wanted one sheath. And I cover shipping and I send the sheath back. That wasn't fair to me. I said, please, let me make you a second sheath, at minimum. And even then, I think I'm still making out like a bandit. So this video is really just thanking Caleb. Guys, everybody thank Caleb in the comments. This is really cool. And I wouldn't have known about this knife. I've seen it, but I wouldn't have purchased it. I didn't need a 5-inch fixed blade, I didn't think. I figured it'd be really heavy because it's Lionsteel. It's not. Feels great in hand. And this blade shape is just Skexul. That's Skexul. Guys, this thing is gorgeous. I've had it for about 3 or 4 days now, and it hasn't left my side. I've just been really enjoying handling this knife while watching TV, and just kind of like noticing all the little details. Lionsteel makes some good stuff, guys. They really, really do. And apparently New Zealanders are really nice people. But Caleb, thank you so much. You're a prince. I appreciate you. I hope one day we can share a beer if I ever find myself in your country, which it's on the list, you know? Huge Lord of the Rings fan. I always said I wanted to check out New Zealand. Retrace that march of the run of Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas. For 3 days they ran to catch up with Merry and Pippin in the Uruk-hai. The legendary pursuit. I would die. I would die if I tried it, but still, I want to see those places. Anyway, I'm really just making this video to thank you, and I'm going to make probably 1 or 2 more videos. Definitely when I have our sheaths made, there'll be a follow-up to this. And I'll post it when I post it, but guys, I think most of you would love the ergos on this thing especially. And if you get stuck with the leather sheath, you don't want me to make you a sheath, a kydex or whatever, it's very serviceable and very sharp looking. I just don't know how the freaking belt loop works. I think you gotta wear it really high, which kind of sucks. So, I don't know. This doesn't seem to want to open for me. Is it gonna open? No. Maybe it will. It just feels like I'm doing something wrong. So I don't know, very, very tight in there. You may have to wear it down here. That's just kind of high. I see why he's getting a sheath made, but it's just a good looking knife, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Everybody thank Caleb. We do appreciate you, bud. And enough rambling for me. I will make another follow-up video shortly, so be on the lookout for that. I'll see you guys next time on 5 Minute Knives.